One of the questions that I'm asked so often is, how do I get my hedge thick and full? I planted it, but they won't join together, and they're just getting taller and taller, and then the holes developing at the bottom. Very, very common mistake. And guys, it's just through lack of a bit of patience and getting it right from the beginning. Amy's checking us out on the other side there of the fence, and this is exactly why someone would want a hedge, so that they're not looking at their neighbors or the neighbors' dogs or anything else. So how do we get it right? Number one, it's really important, guys, to get your planting right. So it doesn't matter if you want a hedge this big or if you want it to get 2 meters tall. It's all about how you're planting. So it's really important about big, deep holes, loads of compost, bone meal, some all-purpose organic fertilizer inside the hole so that you can get them going. The spacing will be recommended according to the size of the plant. So this is a little Eugenia, a beautiful indigenous one called Pondoensis. It's absolutely fantastic indigenous plant, lovely new foliage, and good for a low hedge because this guy doesn't get all that big. Of course, the ordinary Eugenia gets really tall. That's like the 2-meter stuff when you really want to block out the neighbor. So the big question is, how do we reduce this gap in between? How do we encourage the plants to thicken out without doing what they really want to do, is to go up? And this is how we do it. All you want to do is literally just trim off a little bit. You can see it's literally 2 centimeters. And all we do is we carry on doing that. There we go. Once we've done that, what we've actually done to the plant is the plant then forces all its growth hormones from the shoots out to the sides, and it causes lateral growth. And that's what we want. When we get lateral growth, we know that this guy is going to join that guy. And whatever you do, don't prune anything from the sides, because as soon as you do that, you're now forcing it to grow upwards. Okay, so it's literally just lots of little guys until they've joined. Once you are happy with that, then you let the guy go. And then it's all hell breaks loose, because then this guy can grow as fast as he wants to get up to the light. Once you've done the pruning, the next thing to make sure is mulching and feeding, because without that, you are simply not going to encourage this guy to grow. So in mulching, I've got some lawn clippings here that have literally been hanging about for months, and that is what happens when you make your own compost. You can just smell the stuff is amazing. It's dark, it's loamy. This is just piles and piles of lawn clippings that we just add onto a heap, and eventually it decomposes and makes this beautiful compost. That, guys, we want to use as a mulch all the way around here. Literally just put a nice thick layer and do it as simply as this. Grab our trug, put a nice beautiful thick layer around them. Remember, guys, when you're putting down mulch, what also happens is that you're going to prevent the weeds from pushing through, just like we're seeing here. Because they're forming this lovely thick layer, the weeds are not going to be able to germinate because they don't have light. And the last thing now that I need to do is give it a good feeding. So all I'm going to do is, to make life simpler, add some of my organic pellets into my trug, and literally it's just a small handful, and you sprinkle a bit around the plant. And guys, it really is important to feed your plants. It's so critical. If you are feeding with a good organic fertilizer, remember, you never need to water. You don't have to water, because organic fertilizers will never burn your plants. So a good feeding every 6 weeks, and that is going to encourage them to do that thickening thing that you do. And imagine when they're ready to bolt, boy, you give them another good feeding, and Bob's your uncle, and away they go.